attorney for CPS. So we did end up getting a local school council, and we won, and we tried to make some strides, but we were never given the supports that, as a matter of fact, Arnie Duncan appointed the principal over there, who threw out all of the trophies that the schools and said, we're not going to be known as a African-American athletic school anymore, and threw those trophies out in the street. People were running.
No, he didn't.
Yes, she did. Linda Coles did that, yes, and refused to build the school up. So
after all of these years, listen, King has one of the most storied athletic histories in the city.
It was garbage to her. She threw it in the garbage. And any school, all of the top schools in the country, if they have a strong athletic program to support the academic program, and she didn't want to have anything to do with it. But I'm here today because I'm on the local school council, and 7 members of the local school council have voted legally. It takes 7 people to give a principal a contract. We voted not to renew David Narain's contract, and there's a big uproar. There's a small group of parents, and I respect everybody. I don't care. You don't have to be a big group, but a small group of parents who are opposing the decision that we've made. But we've made this decision over a 4-year period, observing, and I'm not at liberty to talk about, his performance reviews, but you can look at the Illinois State Board of Education report card.
I was looking at it. It's dismal.
It's dismal, and they're in denial. Parents are in denial, and students are doing terribly. We've got we're talking about the athletics. We've got one of the greatest band directors in the country, Benjamin Washington. Well, Mr. Narain is not supporting Mr. Washington, and he's under attack.
Well, you do know that the King Band that they performed at WVON's 50th anniversary, they're here at the Taste of VON every year.
Let me tell you real quickly about Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington grew up in the low end, down in that area. Mr. Washington attended King. He had graduated from King. He went to IIT's music school, graduated from that, and then came and started teaching at the old King, and currently, so all of his teaching career, he's been at King. Mr. Washington sends hundreds and hundreds of kids to historically black colleges every year with hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships. He's phenomenal. He happens to be the he's the teacher rep on the local school council, Perry, and he voted not to renew Mr. Narain's contract.
Well, then he's going to get backlash for that.
Oh, he's getting backlash for it. But 4 years ago, he voted for Mr. Narain. So he's been very fair in observing and being objective.
Just based on the Illinois at-a-glance report card for 2015-2016 and the current school year. I remember when King was up there with Whitney Young and all of these other schools. When did you start to see a decline in performance?
Well, they will. The people who are in opposition to Mr. Narain leaving. They say, oh, we're a 1+ school. How can you do this? We're historically. Well, this is how you can do it, by looking at the results. And so CPS metrics compared to CPS does an okey-doke on everybody.
On
everybody. So when they're talking about, oh, we're 1+ schools and we're level, that's crap. Because if you look at us being a level 1, all the metrics are things that are not academic. So
like teacher retention.
Yeah, like teacher. Well, look at that Illinois State Board report card, only 52% teacher attendance. So if teachers are not there, they can't teach. But look at, let me read. I want to finish about Mr. Washington real quick.
Well, let me take a break real quick, and then we'll come back and finish this up. It is 10:18. My guest is Kathy Dale. We're talking about some of the issues at King High School. Now, I have to remind you that you did have some representatives for the principal on Maze's show this week. So we're just balancing it out. So we'll keep it moving. Stay with us.
Don't touch that radio. More conversation, traffic, and weather up next on WVON.